Seeing as how Risk of Rain 2 is about to come out full release on PC in the next month, sorry console players, you're not going to get it yet. I thought it would be prudent to put out a beginner's guide for new players. So here are my 5 tips to you if you're a beginner in Risk of Rain 2. So my first tip to you is to play every single survivor. There are currently 9 playable survivors in Risk of Rain 2, with another one being planned whenever the game releases, I suppose. Each one of these classes has a unique playstyle and a bunch of new abilities to go through. However, by default, you only have the commando unlocked, so you'll have to unlock every single other character through challenges. I have a playlist for unlocking every survivor in Risk of Rain 2, you might want to check that out. However, I do recommend to play every single one before deciding on one that you really want to play / main. Number 2, and this is a really big one, don't waste your time. Time is one thing you cannot waste in Risk of Rain 2. The longer you stay in a stage, the harder the enemies become. This is the whole difficulty scaling of Risk of Rain 2, and basically the whole reason the game exists in the first place. Depending on the difficulty, the enemies will increase significantly as time goes on, or less significantly, depending on whether you're on Monsoon difficulty or Drizzle difficulty. If you're on Monsoon, well, enemies are going to be getting twice the health and twice the damage almost every stage. Whereas on Drizzle, you don't really have to worry about time as much. My advice to you as a new player is don't spend 5 minutes in a single stage. If you're still on first stage about 7 minutes in, you should really think about what you're doing. Getting all the items is nice, however, it's not going to really help you in the next stage if you can't kill anything. Also, early stages spawn enemies infrequently, so that means you're going to get less gold, which in turn means less items. So, say skipping a couple items in the first 2 rounds might be a little bit difficult for you to do, it's probably in your best interest. That being said, if you'd like to explore the map, feel free to, it's just that enemies are going to be a little bit harder on the next stage. Number 3, collect all the Lunar coins. Lunar coins are extremely hard to come by. In fact, you might not see a Lunar coin in your first 10 runs, that's just how rare they are. But this is for a good reason. Some of the strongest, most OP items in Risk of Rain 2 are called Lunar items, and these items cost Lunar coins. An example of some of these items include items that can reduce the cooldown of your equipment by 50%, items that can increase your damage exponentially, and even items that can double your health. Plus, one of the survivors in Risk of Rain 2 requires that you have at least 10 Lunar coins so that you can unlock them. P.S. You can go check out my video on Lunar coin farming if you want. Link in description or the top right. Number 4 is mobility greater than damage. Listen, everybody loves Sonic, but not everybody loves Knuckles. The reason for this is pretty simple. People want to go fast. And trust me when I say, you want to go fast in Risk of Rain. The enemies hit super hard once the timer hits 10 minutes, at higher difficulties at least, and as they say, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a Titan Beam. Items like Wax Quail can save your life and can help you explore the map much quicker, which in turn lets you spend less time on the same stage, which in turn means enemies have less health and damage, so technically speaking, you could say that mobility gives you damage. Just a thought. Obviously, this is Risk of Rain and there's a lot of RNG involved, so you're not always going to be able to choose your items. However, just keep in mind that when you can choose them, go mobility. Alright, final on the list, number 5, kill the annoying things first. As you are probably new to the game, you probably don't have the firmest grasp on what you need to be killing first. Should you kill the boss and ignore the other enemies, or should you kill the enemies then the boss? Well, my youngling, it depends. Sometimes it's just a pain in the ass to kill the boss when you've got thousands of Goombas trying to hug you, while killing the boss sometimes is a breeze. My advice to you is this: kill every wisp you come across at any point in the game. Seriously, wisps are enemy number 1. This is because they can one-shot you. Well, not technically, they technically do 2 shots, but it's instant, so technically it's a one-shot, so they can't one-shot you. Just get rid of them. After killing the wisp, you can choose whatever you want to kill, but always kill the wisp first. My recommendation is always kill wisps, then elites, as elites can usually be stronger than most bosses depending on what elite it is and what stage you're on. Anyway, that's it. That's my 5 tips. That's all I got right now. If you have any questions, drop them down below. even questions on things I didn't cover. I answer all of them, so don't be shy, you little cutie.